Here we go. Okay, and we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. We are now with world-class trainer of Gassiev, Golovkin, and many other great fighters, Abel Sanchez. Abel, how are we doing?
I'm doing well, Ingram. How are you?
I am absolutely fabulous. I'm able to get in contact with you. That's the main thing.
Good. I'm happy to be on with you.
Great. Now let's get straight down to business. First of all, there's a rumor that's flying around the UK that Billy Joe Saunders will be facing Gennady Golovkin in August. True or false?
As far as I know, false. I haven't been told that. August is right around the corner. I think the negotiations need to happen first between Tom Loeffler and Frank and Gigi and BJ. But from what I know, that's a false rumor.
And the fight would be at the O2 Arena if that fight was to happen.
First of all, it has to be negotiated, and negotiating with Billy Joe Saunders, who happens to be hurt right now, would be very difficult to predict when he could be ready.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Billy Joe Saunders? 2 fights in a row now that the Martin Murray fight has not happened. They've talked about Canelo negotiating. They've talked about Golovkin negotiating. Now you're saying that there's no negotiation for Billy Joe Saunders.
That's unfortunate for Martin Murray, because Martin Murray has lost 2 very valuable training camps, very valuable time in his career. It's unfortunate that Saunders had to pull out again. But that's the issues that you have when trying to negotiate with a guy that gets hurt so often. It messes up your own trajectory, your own career, because you have to wait for the guy to get ready again, and that's unfortunate. Like I said, for whomever's going to fight him.
Okay, so for the fight for Billy Joe Saunders and for Golovkin to happen, there'd be negotiation. How long would you need? How long would it take for Golovkin to be ready to fight Saunders as trainer?
Oh, usually we're in the training camp 10 weeks before a fight, 8 to 10 weeks before a fight. But it's not the training part of it; it's the negotiating part of it, because he just has appeared to be so difficult a fight to make from all the going back and forth with the promoters. But if they get it done, if we're in the gym for 8 to 10 weeks, is good enough.
Is that a fight that you welcome? I know you talk about it, but is that a fight you really welcome from the outset?
I welcome all fights. All fights that Golovkin decides to take and Tom Loeffler decides to negotiate for him. I welcome all fights, because all fights are important. Everybody that's willing to step up to the plate with reasonable demands is a welcome fight for me. Well,
the fights that Golovkin looks good in, everybody knows, is when people come straight forward at him and they don't have far to go and they just charge at him. Those are the best fights for Golovkin, you know. But when guys start moving around the ring and start getting a bit fancy, it's not as pretty to watch. And with Saunders, we know he's going to move.
Well, it's not as pretty to watch if you want to see somebody get knocked out real quickly. I think it's exciting to watch when one guy is trying and at least the other guy tries halfway, like the Canelo fight. Canelo didn't fight the fight that his people expected. BJ Saunders people expect that kind of fight, the movie fight. So for them, it'll be an exciting fight. All we have to do if we end up getting in the ring with them is make sure that we win the fight, that we corral them as much as we can, and we try to do what we do and make it as exciting as we can. But for the people that watch BJ Saunders, they're used to that, and that's okay. I mean, that's their style. What happened to us in the Canelo fight is his fans were accustomed to seeing 40-some fights in a manner where he was the attacker and he was going to go forward and make it a fight, and then he does just the opposite. I think that's why people were disappointed. But if you fight a guy like Saunders, you know what to expect from Saunders.
I'll come back to Canelo at the moment. I want to hold this Saunders thing. So when you look at I know you've been around long enough in the sport to know this, that is this a fight? Is this a 50-50 fight in terms of negotiations? Is this a 75-25% split? How would you see it at the moment from your viewpoint?
You know, I coach Gennady Golovkin. I don't negotiate his fights. And I think negotiating fights should be done in closed doors, behind closed doors between the principals. and it's none of nobody's business of what they're making. Nobody cares what you make, nobody cares what I make, and I think it's unfair to negotiate a fight in the public's eye. I think it needs to be done behind closed doors.
I totally agree with you on that point. I do totally agree. I'm a strong advocate for that. But the only reason why I'm saying it is because you often hear negotiations are stalled by this fighter, negotiations stalled by that fighter. All I'm trying to find out is, look, who's doing all the stalling all the time? From one side, they're saying it's you guys. Another side saying it's their guys. So, you know?
Okay, well, the negotiations for any fight should be on whatever Golovkin feels that he deserves or whatever BJ Saunders feels like he deserves. And if they can come to terms, great. If they can't, well, then maybe they weren't meant to fight. If Saunders, like I said at the beginning of this conversation, if they're willing to come to the table and negotiate on a basis that they need to fight Golovkin, Golovkin doesn't need to fight Saunders. We know that Saunders is going to make it very difficult negotiations. So if they don't come to the table with the intent of wanting to fight Golovkin, then you know what, we fight somebody else.
Do you have any concerns the fact that your guy, you know, is meant to fight in September? It was meant to be fighting against Canelo. That fight's going to happen. You've now fought against Vanis in his last fight. Are you concerned that you might not get the higher fights or the better fights, better reputation fights, because guys are either cashing themselves out saying we don't want it, we pay, asking too much money, or they're doing things like what's happened with Canelo, which is unfortunate with the whole drug situation?
I think that you have to go back and look at all the great fighters. I'll take Ray Leonard, for instance. They all had fights like Vanis, okay? They had, if you remember, a kid named Davey Boy Green. If
yes.
you remember Andy Hawk Price.
Yes.
If you remember Bruce Finch. If you remember, all these guys were not of the, and those were defenses too. They weren't of the highest caliber, but you cannot fight an elite fighter every time out.
No, I'm not disputing. No.
So if, whoever Golovkin fights next is next.
I don't dispute that. What I'm saying is, in terms of Golovkin's age and legacy, I mean, he's not going to be at the peak of his powers now, is he? He's going to be on the decline, with all due respect.
We don't. You guys look at legacy and age. We look at what's next for Golovkin, and we'll fight as long as we have to. When somebody starts controlling Golovkin in the ring and beating Golovkin in the ring, then we have to worry about age. Legacy is something that the journalists want to refer to every time there's a big fight or a small fight coming up, so that how you look at somebody in the future. 20 years from now, we won't think about legacy. 20 years from now, we're going to look at he holds the highest KO ratio in middleweight history. He made 22 or 23 defenses in a row. That's what we'll look at. We won't look at legacy. We'll look at what he accomplished.
But people will look back and look at his CV and see the type of guys he fought to be put in the same the same breath as Hagler and Hearns and all the rest of them. They will ask the question: did he fight the elite? Like, you know, with all due respect, they will ask that question.
Those are the elite guys right now. Listen, Murray beat Stern. Murray beat Martinez.
I agree.
Who else did? Okay, so who else did anything to those guys? Kell Brook was an undefeated welterweight champion. Remember when Hagler fought Leonard? Hagler had 2 years or 3 years off, and his fought as a welterweight, and they just won the junior middleweight title 2 or 3 years before that. So all those guys did the same thing. Remember, Hagler fought probably the toughest fighter in his career against a guy named Duran, who's a 135-pounder. So when you start talking about that again, you're talking in the moment. Wait 20 years from now. 20 years from now, you're gonna say, "Oh God, he knocked out 20 some guys in a row, and he had the highest KO percentage." You don't look at. You forget about the Bruce Finches and the Prices and Davey Boy Green.
No, I don't forget them, and I don't want to come across as a bit of a Golovkin hater or Golovkin basher. It's far from it. It's just sometimes I ask these questions so it airs out, so people can hear your responses to these things. So
we have to be concerned with what's best for Gennady Golovkin at the moment. We're not looking at 20 years from now. We're looking at tomorrow. We're looking at the next fight. That's what we have to be concerned with as a Golovkin team. Nobody earns and nobody steps in the ring with Golovkin but Golovkin. So as long as it's in the best interest of Gennady Golovkin, that's what we need to do. And regardless of what people say or think.
Now, I come back to the question I asked you last time about Jamal Charlo, who they're now saying he's been pushed as the mandatory challenger to Golovkin. And he said he's ready for Golovkin and he'll bring a sort of heat that Golovkin's never faced before. Your response to that?
They all should be ready for Golovkin, but everybody, I think he's got 38 or 39 fights now, Golovkin. Everybody has said the same thing in every press conference and every fight and every build-up. The point is, can he bring it on that night that they do fight, if they do fight? If he's the next one, he's the next one. That I think he deserves it, no. But you know what? That's not my job. It's the organizations that force these things upon the fighters. And if he's next, he's next.
But he seems to be the guy, a lot of people, if not Canelo, then people are clamoring to see Charlo fight Golovkin to see if he really is the real deal.
Go back about 5 years before he fought Matthew Macklin. Everybody said this was the test for Golovkin because he gave Martinez such a tough fight.
Wow.
Goes out and knocks him out in 3 rounds.
I wasn't one of we've had this dispute before. I wasn't one of those guys that said Matthew Macklin was going to be his toughest fight.
Go back and listen and read all the literature and all the journalists where everybody said this was the test.
Well, I think
everybody's been a test since then.
I thought the Jacobs fight was a good fight, very good fight, a very good test. I thought Canelo would be a very good test. I think Charlo's a great test. I think Brook brings Brook challenges as well. I thought Lemieux was a good challenge at the time, and I think Charlo now is a challenge that because everyone thinks he's real dangerous.
He's the next one in line. That's all he is.
So you say
nothing special.
So you don't think he's anything special, Charlo?
No, he's just the next one in line that gets knocked out or gets beat.
So you don't see any danger with Charlo then, in your opinion?
There's danger in everybody. Boxing is a strange game. Any one punch can change not only a fight, but can change a lifetime. So no, there's danger in everybody. But if Golovkin is 100% and Golovkin is prepared not only physically, mentally, like we have been for the last 30-some fights, then no, he's not an issue.
And finally, this thing of Canelo, there people say there's a U-turn, that Canelo and Golovkin will happen. The second fight now, what's the situation? The last time you told me that negotiation wouldn't happen because of his drug situation and the testing situation, you weren't happy with it. So what's the situation now?
I like I told you a little while ago, I coach Golovkin. I don't negotiate and I don't have anything to do with what is happening politically or not happening. As long as they tell me we're fighting on a certain date and he comes to camp, we start working and we train him, then whatever happens, happens. I'm not in a position to dictate or to comment on something that hasn't been decided yet.
Well, that's a backstep from what you said the last time, because you said to me last time we were on air, you said Team Golovkin refused the fight with Canelo because because of his the testing is not stringent enough. Now you're saying something different.
No, wait a minute. The testing got cleared. Did he get cleared?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, according to the Nevada Commission, he got cleared. And according to the Nevada Commission, he took a hair follicle test that cleared him too. We only have, and I told you this the last time.
Yes.
The only way we can determine things is to allow the people that are put in charge, the people that are put in a position to determine guilt or non-guilt, we have to trust them. I told you this the last time.
Yeah, you did say.
And now, since they decided that he's not guilty, you know what? He's not guilty.
So that means.
Now it goes into.
So that means technically that
it goes into some kind of. Go ahead.
So that means technically that now that he's cleared, then the fight in September can still go ahead as planned.
Well, of course it can go on. Now it's a matter of negotiating the fight because he screwed everybody in the last fight. So now it's a completely new fight, new date, new situation. So now it's a matter between them, again, the principals, like I said a little while ago, the principals to get behind closed doors and negotiate a fight that they want to happen, that the public wants to happen. If they can come to terms, then we're going to have a fight.
So are you pleased now that... of course. Are you pleased now that Canelo has enrolled to VADA?
According to what they say, he has enrolled to VADA, yes.
So what's your reaction to that?
I think it's great. I think every fighter at that level, top 10 in the world, should be enrolled in VADA, should be enrolled so that way everybody steps into the ring in a manner that is fair to everybody.
So what about Anthony Joshua? He's considered probably the #1 heavyweight in the world. He's not enrolled.
Well, then I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame because he needs to be an example. He needs to be an example for the younger guys in England to say, look, this is the way that we have to conduct ourselves as champions, as gentlemen. Okay, I think that's a mistake. I think that he can go a long way with helping the youth coming up, boxing youth coming up in England to show them the way.
Can you give us an update on Gassiev and the Usyk fight?
From what I'm told, okay, and again, it's something that's being negotiated. From what I'm told, we're fighting sometime in the end of July.
End of July. Okay.
End of July. Against Usyk, and the venue, I don't know. I haven't decided that yet.
The longer it's taken for this fight to be made, is it more suitable for Gassiev because you can give him more tutelage?
No, I think it's good for both guys to get a rest. They had tough fights, both guys, the last time out. I think that it's good for both guys, but I think that the WDSS is in a pinch right now because they have the next tournament that they're trying to schedule, so they need to get these out of the way. The Callum Smith and George Groves and the Usyk and Gassiev fight need to be out of the way so they can continue with their tournaments.
Right. Okay. I spoke to Bashir again, and he is really of the belief that Gassiev could be very, very dangerous against Usyk because he's getting caught with too many punches.
Well, I think that both guys are exceptional. First of all, I think that Usyk winning a gold medal and looking as good as he did against Braidis and the guy who did he fight before that?
What's his name? Huck.
Who did he fight before that?
Marco Huck.
Oh, Marco Huck, right.
Yes.
He looked very good. Boxed very well, looked exceptional. Usyk is one type of fighter. Against Braidis, he didn't feel any threat from Braidis, so he took a lot more punishment than maybe he should have. But you know what? He's not going to fight that same fight against Gassiev. He's a lot smarter than that. And you know that Gassiev is a big puncher, a decent boxer because he showed that against Torticos. So I think that they're both going to fight differently than they fought in the previous fights. Usyk will not fight the Braidis fight, and Gassiev won't fight the Torticos fight because it's two different opponents in front of him.
Okay. Finally, with Canelo, there are people that just listening in now, and they're saying that they thought the issue was to do with the split and negotiations between Canelo and Golovkin. But I know you've said that you don't get involved with negotiations. So,
well, let me just say this: I think that Canelo has an opportunity in this fight to clear his name, with all the fans, to clear his name with all the BS has gone on until now. So I think he has a chance to clear his name in this fight instead of running away from Golovkin and fighting another fighter, and then that will always linger over his head. That will always be there within the fans' mind that he ran away from Golovkin, and he ran away from Golovkin because maybe he didn't want to test because he tested positive, because the only way he could be competitive against Golovkin would be to be on some kind of drug. That's what the people are going to assume. That that's true or not, I don't know. But the people will assume that if he doesn't clear it up today, if he doesn't clear it up in the next fight, it's going to be an issue for him in the future.
And Canelo is talking about fighting Jacobs. If Canelo fought Jacobs, does that force you then to look at the Saunders fight? If the Saunders fight doesn't happen, does that then bring you back to your mandatory?
If the Canelo fight doesn't happen for Golovkin, you mean?
Yes, and Canelo decides to go another way and fight Jacobs instead.
You know, I think it's very premature until they either sign a contract and they're on a press tour to say he's fighting somebody and we're fighting somebody else, so they're not fighting each other. I think it's premature to speculate something that we know nothing about.
Yeah.
None of us, because we're not in the room with them and we're not negotiating with them. I think it's premature to assume that something's going to happen when it hasn't been decided yet. When that is decided, then you can ask me.
Pardon? Abel?
Did you understand me?
No, I didn't. The last bit. The last bit you said.
Okay, I said when that happens, when they sign to fight somebody else and they're on a press tour, then you can come back at me and ask me what my reaction to that is. Until then, I think it's premature.
Absolutely. And this weekend, I believe Crawford is fighting Horn. Your thoughts?
I think Crawford is a special talent. I think that Horn is going to have a difficult time with him. I think that Crawford stops him. It's not somewhere on the 8th or 9th round. I think it'll be too good for him. Horn is a decent fighter, tough kid, but I don't think he has the skills to match Crawford.
And Charlo versus Trout.
I have to go with Charlo again. Trout's had his best days, and Jermell right now is in good form. Not only with his mouth, but he's physically fit. It seems like he's doing everything that he needs to do to dominate the opposition at 154.
And the final question: the return of the Mac, Tyson Fury, returns against Sefari. Any thoughts?
I'm not a big fan of Tyson Fury. I'm not. I just don't think he's doing this sport justice. I think that he's got a lot of talent. He's wasting valuable time until he gets steps in the ring, and if he does step in the ring and he looks good, not necessarily against any opponent, but just looks good doing the things that he does. Then I can judge him. Until then, I'm not a big fan of his.
Okay, Abel, thank you so much as always. Is there anything we've missed out on before I leave you?
No, I just appreciate you calling me and getting my thoughts. I know that there's a lot of people out there that have opinions and different opinions, but the important thing is that we keep talking about this great game and that people keep watching.
Thank you, Abel. Thank you for clearing up the rumors as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Take care, Abel. Bye-bye. So there you have it, people. There is no fight between Billy Joe Saunders and Golovkin. Those rumors are false. There's been no negotiation between Golovkin and Saunders. And according to Abel Sanchez, and of course you know as well now that Canelo's been cleared. So obviously that sounds like the fight to happen. So that's it from BWTM Sports. I hope you've enjoyed it. Check out our interview, our exclusive interview with Isaac Dogba, the new WBO Super Bantamweight champion. That's on the channel. And join me shortly. I will be doing live commentary of Watkins versus Okoli. I think it's for the Commonwealth Cruiserweight title, I believe. So that'll be live on Sky. I'll be doing live commentary for that. So stay tuned with BWTM Sports. Don't forget to subscribe, leave your comments, and share the videos. Much love. Take care.